Hello everyone, and welcome to my Let's Play / walkthrough of the first annual Vanilla Design Contest. Now if you don't know, smwcentral.net, a ROM hacking site for Super Mario World, every single year since 2008, they've held their Vanilla Level Design Contest, which basically means that all the users get to submit their own levels as long as they're purely vanilla, meaning no custom music, no custom graphics, no custom programming code. Basically anything that wasn't in the original Super Mario World is out of the question. Palettes can be changed, and in recent years they've gotten a little bit looser with the rules, like people are now allowed to use custom music, because that doesn't really change a lot. But the big thing that's changed in recent times is that, sorry about it. Lately, all the hacks have been being put into, full-out collab hacks, and everyone's levels is being put into one hack so that it's easy for people to play once the contest is all entirely over. This started from, I believe, the 7th contest, so that's great for that and all, but they never completed any official collaborations for the 6 previous contests. So up until then, everything was all kind of scattered, and you had to download all the hacks individually. But fortunately, back in, I believe, 2016, it says on the title screen, I don't know what I'm thinking, one of the former administrators, his name, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but one of the former administrators who goes by the name, I think, Najaraldo, is it? He used to be known as AJ6666. He had the bright idea of combining all the former levels from the first few ROM hacks into the first few contests into a ROM hack, and that's what this is. Before I go into that more, let me at least do something. Here's the credits. If you land on that thing, you'll go down a long, long spiral. I might show it off later, but it's kind of hard to get out of and takes a while, so I'm not going to bother with that yet. But anyway, so down here, we've got the worst world, the levels that were ranked the worst in the contest, and the best world, which pretty obvious what that means. But I think I'll save these 2 special worlds for last, because right now we've got a whole plethora of other levels to go through in the meantime, that were all so kindly sorted for us into different little submaps based on the theme of the level. And of course we've got the makers of the levels and the rankings at their bottom. So let's start out with Super Tails' level, which was in 15th place. Now I should make a little disclaimer here, because I did already go through a lot of these levels, and I'll probably explain why later, but right now let's just talk about these levels. So right away, we're off to a good start, because I have already played this level fully a few times, and it is a pretty good one, considering the fact that it wasn't even, remember, this wasn't even in the best world, but this is a pretty interesting level in which we have, alright, that's a little mean, but, so this is one of those levels where each room is a short little puzzle, in case you bothered to read the little text box at the start. And some of the times it can get a little tricky because of how strict these time limits are, which makes it a bad idea for me to even be talking during this. But fortunately, you've got this door, which acts as a little bit of a shortcut. So yeah, it's nice to have a compilation hack where it makes everything easier to go through, even though with these time limits, this level still isn't quite easy anyway. Oops, I'm not going to be needing that anymore anyway. So eventually, once I complete this world, it's going to start becoming more of a blind run, but until then, that's not exactly the case. Oops. Uh-oh. And yeah, obviously you don't want me talking through the whole way, because that won't be the most fun thing in the world to hear. Actually, I should admit this is really my first time actually even attempting a commentary over a video. So I'm going to apologize in advance if at all I seem to kind of drone on or not have anything to say. But I'm pretty sure this is something I feel like I could do pretty well at with a little bit of practice. Because one thing I have done for the 2 levels I'm going to get into today, I like to make sure that I have things to say about the levels I do, particularly like informative things to talk about, so I have something to say and not die a million times. So, like, for instance, now you guys get to watch me go through all that again. But that's okay, because I've got more trivia to tell you. So, as mentioned already, this level was made by a guy named Super Tails, which right away gave me a good first impression here, because Super Tails is also a former administrator of SMW Central, and to my knowledge, he has a fairly good reputation as a level designer. Like, he's known for making pretty good hacks. In particular, back from 2007 to 2009, he was working on a hack called, I believe it was called Tales of Elementia, which I think was cancelled around 2009, actually, to many people's dismay. From the sound of it, it sounds to me like it was probably inspired, or based on in some way, by the Tales of RPG series. But I never played it. But hey, at least that's gonna make for some good potential future Let's Play material. And don't let me get a game over on the first level, come on. Oh yeah, and I'll probably cut some stuff out if it takes me too long to get from point A to point B, or it takes me too long to do something. Because that would not be good. Part of the reason why I already went through the entire first world of this is because originally my plan was to pre-record the levels and do post-commentary over it, which, you know, considering my luck with this level so far, might have actually been the way to go. Okay. And the reason why I was originally planning that was because of how kind of loud my keyboard is. If you can hear this, you probably can't hear it, but after doing a few more takes, I realized that the sound of my voice and the sound of the game sound effects probably overpower it a little bit. But either way... So, this is one of those levels that already has 2 exits. And yeah, the boss is pretty straightforward. Uh-oh. How did that happen? Huh. Alright, but now we've got 1 exit down. Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna show off the second exit anyway, because it's a little samey, but there are a few other rooms throughout this level that I kind of glossed over, and just for insurance, I'm gonna add a little save state there, though I probably won't need it. Another thing I could probably say. So, when this contest was held back in 2008, the judges for it were 2 of the moderators. One was SNN, who I think was still a local mod at the time, but later on became an administrator of the site. So good for him there. And the other one was FP0, or Fire Phoenix, who now I think is an administrator. Yeah, he was only recently promoted. So that's nice. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oops. And that was a cut. See, I can do editing. You know that thing you get, or maybe I'm the only one, but you know that thing people sometimes get where you can do something perfectly over and over again on your own when no one's watching, but then when someone is watching, suddenly you're messing it up 100 times? Yeah, I'm getting that right now. That might happen again. So, yeah, if it isn't obvious, I'm not the best at playing Super Mario World, but I like to think I'm kind of okay some of the time. Well, maybe not that time. Alright, so as I was saying, Fire Phoenix and SNN judge these levels, and I get to read their comments if I want to, because they of course posted some pretty insightful things that'll sometimes let me know if there was a mistake or something in the hack that I should be aware of, in case because I obviously would like to know about it. I wouldn't, so I don't want to, like, spend an hour looking for some secret exit or something if it turns out that the judge's comments could reveal to me that there was a mistake in the level or something, and that a secret exit or some secret that I'm looking for cannot be obtained. So that'll always be helpful, and actually I don't think I'll need that for this. Alright, so the regular exit, of course, is not that much different to find. It's just literally on the other side of the room. And even the secret exit really isn't that hard to find. I mean, I think even my first run of the level, I pretty much just got it accidentally. But all in all, a good level. I would say it's a pretty fun way to start out this, even if I ended up dying quite a few times myself. Anyways, so join me next time, and we'll be taking on Frozen Forest by Cheesium.